Hey guys, if you're in the market for the Godox TT685s for the Sony mirrorless cameras, specifically for the TTL feature of the flash, you're going to want to watch this video first. Hey guys, so I have received my Godox TT685s for the Sony camera, and I actually had started to record an unboxing and a test video, but as I was doing my tests, I encountered a real interesting problem with the TTL, and I don't know if this is just I have a bad copy or if it's user error, but what's happening with the TTL is that I can't get a consistent exposure. So I'm gonna take a few shots here and I'll show you exactly what's going on, and I'll use another branded flash to compare and show you those pictures as well. Okay, so here are the series of pictures that I just took, and you could see that the exposure is just not very consistent. It's subtle, but definitely noticeable. Now you might want to loop this back and look at the histogram the second time around. You can see that it's bouncing all around. All right, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the flash. I'm going to be using my Nissan i40. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back, and I have now the Nissan i40. I've got it on TTL and with zero flash exposure compensation. The Godox was also set on zero flash exposure compensation, just to kind of keep everything level. And I forgot to mention I'm shooting on the A7R II with the G Master 85 1.4. So let's see what the Nissan does in comparison to the Godox. So here are the Nissan shots, and you can see the histogram barely moves from shot to shot. The images look very consistent. Okay guys, one other test I was thinking I need to do is just to rule out that it could be the A7R II and the G Master lens combination. I am now shooting on the A6000 with the Sigma 30mm 2.8 lens, and let's see if the same issue happens. All right, so I'm gonna post these pictures as well, and there's definitely a little bit of a shift in the light output. Doesn't seem as dramatic as what I saw with the 85, and it just may be because I'm shooting with a wider lens for whatever reason. For those of you who may be thinking that the variability in exposure is within tolerance, I'm also sharing with you some pictures I took earlier today with a slightly darker background, and you can see that the exposure is just off the charts, really bad. I have tried both on camera and off camera with the Godox TT685s using the trigger X1TS, and I get the same inconsistent results. So, you know, that's the bad news. I didn't want to put you all through a detailed test and review and unboxing. I just wanted to kind of cut to the chase and let you know what's going on. So I'm not suggesting that, you know, if you're in the market that you not buy this flash. It could be a bad unit. I'm working with the seller to see if I can get a replacement unit to compare. But if you haven't ordered it, you know, maybe you might want to hold off. And for the folks that actually already own the TT685s, if you can, maybe let us know, hit me in the comments to let me know if you are experiencing the same issue with inconsistent exposure on TTL. That would be fantastic. It would be really helpful. I think a lot of the viewers would appreciate it. So it's not all bad news. I can share with you a few things as far as triggering and working with the X1TS. The communication between those two devices work perfectly. I also tested the TT685 as a master on the camera, and I used that to trigger another flash, which was my Adorama streak light, and that worked just fine. And then I also used the X1TS as the trigger to fire, the mixed lights, including my streak light and the TT685, and that works just fine. On manual power, the TT685 appears to be firing consistent output and exposure. And then also on high-speed sync, similarly, the flash output appeared to be the same. So I'm not quite sure what it is with the TTL. Look forward to hearing from you all. And if I get any additional information from the seller or Godox, I'll definitely be providing you an update in the comments or providing in a follow-up video to discuss it. Thanks.